What is going on, squad? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money Online Trainer Podcast. It's your boy, Brian Mark. And in today's episode, I'm joined by one of my clients who's fucking killing it on social media. He's killing the game. He's killing it in life. His videos are funny as fuck. Every time I go to his page, I can't stop binging his content and laughing my ass off. My client, Macros with Matt. What's up, G?
Hey, dude, thank you for the very gracious intro. I like that.
Bro, it's true. Every time I'll watch your videos on my couch and I'll have them on loud, and Nick and Brendan will be in the background and they're just laughing their ass off. It's fucking hilarious. You are a funny dude, bro. So yeah, why don't we give the podcast a little bit of a background on Matthew? What's your Instagram as well, just so my podcast audience can follow along if they're interested?
Absolutely. It's macros_with_macros with Matt.
Beauty. So tell me a little bit about the Matthew story, bro. Who were you before online coaching?
Oh man, I was a fat kid once upon a time and I struggled. I lost all the weight and I had no interest in coaching. But to be honest, I hated my job, bro. And I think a lot of people probably resonated with that. And I was like, I have this skill that I learned. I was like, why don't I do this? I was like, I could probably make a lot of money. And then I tried and I didn't make a lot of money. Yeah, I stumbled across you guys. Literally, the universe has connected us. So it was.
So when you stumbled across us, what were you doing for work at the time?
I had quit welding, which is what I hated. I worked in the oil field. So I knew sales was an important skill. So I went to Harley. I was selling bikes at Harley.
Yep.
Which is a cool job. But I think just like I had always worked in the oil field and worked like these shifts. And I'm like, I've never worked Monday to Friday. And the thought of it, like it absolutely, if anyone's ever done it, it's petrifying. I was like, maybe in 3 months I'll have a 3-day weekend. And I just couldn't handle the thought of that, like being handcuffed to that for the rest of my life. It just, it wasn't for me.
Yeah, I hear that. And I feel like 95% of the people listening to this podcast right now are aspirational online coaches, but they're not full-time online coaches. And so they're like in the struggle of working 9 to 5. And I agree. I literally would rather drive my car off a bridge and drown in the lake than work a 9 to 5. And that sounds drastic, but that is my absolute truth.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, that's my absolute truth. So I'm interested because you've been with us for what, 2 years now? Is that it?
Guys, we're coming up on 3, I think. Yeah, it's
wow.
Great. This will be the 3rd year, I think.
3rd year, fucking crazy. So you're on the 3rd year with us. And in the first year, you managed to achieve a little bit of success. How long did it take you to hit your first $10,000 a month?
I would say it was 6 months in with you guys.
Yep.
Okay. I had hit $10,000 a month. And full disclosure, you know this, I was embarrassed about it at one point. I didn't even know that there was Zoom calls with you guys. Do you remember? I literally had consumed the modules. I had these modules and I just watched the modules over and over again. And all the information was there. And I hit $10,000 off that. And then I realized there was calls. Like, what have you been doing? I'm like, I don't know. I guess I don't pay attention that much, but that was without it. And that's how valuable those are. And I already felt like at that point, I was like, this is super valuable. I was like, it's all here.
Yeah, so that's dope. And okay, so you hit 10,000 and then in the next year, what was your business like? Was it up and down? Was it inconsistent? What happened in your business the year after you hit 10K? What was happening?
I was up and down, and that was on me, personal, 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door, half-assing it. And, I think like a lot of people going through a lot of personal stuff in my life and just letting my circumstances decide my reality, which doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah. And the reason I wanted to ask that question specifically is like, bro, your transformation in the last fucking year has been crazy. And I got to bear witness to it because you were in not only the mindset coaching program, but you also came to the Elite Manager Mastermind, and now you're in the $1 Million Mastermind. And I've watched the transformation happen in front of my eyes. It's like, watch this fucking, watch you spawn and like release your demons and fucking step into your power. And I have a very direct question to ask you because how much money are you making right now, Matt, per month on average?
So last month was actually record-breaking month for me, $28,000.
$28,000 a month. All right. So Matt is making $28,000 a month. Okay. So Matt, direct question. How much of that had to do with environment? So like you were at 10K a month 2 years ago, and now you're at $28,000 a month. Direct question. How much of that had to do with environment?
I'd say, to be honest, 90% of it, I just think what you're in and around is like, I absorb. I think most people do to a degree, but I literally will become, it's like that thing your parents say, you hang around 5 dope addicts, you're going to be the sixth one. And it's like, you can just put yourself around the right people and you can't lose. So that it genuinely played. I think it really started for me when I had went to the first event. It was
Mm,
because, I listened to a podcast like this. You see the other people, but being able to go talk to someone in a room and meet them for the first time, someone you never met, and you're like, this person's doing 30, 40, 50. These are regular. It makes it real to get around these people, to touch it, to
mm,
see it. These are regular people. And I think the biggest thing for me with that was I walked away with belief.
mm,
This can happen.
mm.
This is happening for people. Why not you?
I think that most people, bro, live their entire lives chasing dreams that they don't fully believe in. And
Mm,
even people that are in the coaching program right now, there's a lot of people inside of PT Domination that say that they want to hit $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month. And they're saying those things with their words, but they don't fully believe it. And as a result of not fully believing it, they're always 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door. They're
mhm,
watching some of the modules, but they're not completing them. They're coming to one coaching call a month, but they're only showing up when they're struggling. They hit a little bit of momentum and then they fall off track and then they get back in and they never actually fully commit. So for you, what made you decide to go from like 1 foot in to like both feet in, like jumping in the deep end, like a full commitment to everything? Because like you did last year, you fully committed to everything. You
yeah.
fucking dropped the investment for the mindset coaching program. And then as soon as the Elite Manager Mastermind came out, you dropped the investment for the Elite Manager Mastermind. In the middle of that process, you dropped the investment to join the Millionaire Mastermind. And on the back end of all that, now you're making $28,000 a month. You went from this fucking dude that was 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door to this dude that's making 10 to, 10, 5, 10K a month to now you're making $28,000 a month. What was it that made you make the decision that like, I'm not going to be this 1 foot in, 1 foot out dude. I'm fucking jumping in the deep end.
Mm, great question. I think for me personally, it was like a lot of personal struggles in my life. And I think we see a lot of people use those to typically go backwards. But, I've been in self development for a bit and I studied successful people. And I realized that like most successful people use those times in their life when you're going through something, whether you think it's bad, whether it's hard, you use that as fuel to go all in. And that's what drove me. I was like, enough. And anytime I invested with you guys, it was at a bad point in my life when I was low on funds, when things weren't going my way. I had just doubled down then. And if anything, I was the opposite. I let my foot off the gas when it was going good, as we see. But then I started seeing the patterns to it. And a lot of times it's like what we're doing, like we're getting paid now for the work we did a year ago. So I think what a
Yes.
lot of times is
Yes.
we're working.
Yes.
Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. We let the foot off the gas. And then it's like a wave comes,
Yes.
right? So
Yes. It's a
if you
fucking
can
beautiful description. I love that.
if you could learn to just like keep that wave coming,
Yes.
it just goes, right? But
Yes.
it's
That's yeah, that's a beautiful description.
faith, isn't it? That's like having
Yeah.
blind faith is just doing it. And now I think about that a lot when I'm like, even say I have a bad week and I'm like, I don't sign any clients. I'm like, I can't get upset about the money coming in. I'm like, just do the needle moving activities, put that out in the universe,
Mhm.
put this out, do the content, study the modules, do this. I know if I just do these actions, that wave will come to me. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be next week, it might be in a month, but that wave will come back to me. So just
Mm.
keep putting that out there.
Mm. So
Um,
like the idea of this is interesting because you said, and I want to highlight this because this is a trait of all successful people that I know.
mhm,
This is also the cause of every failure that I know
mhm,
is when adversity strikes, this is when you find out who you really are. And
mhm,
so I would say that 90% of people, and if you're listening to this, you might be in this 90%, so this might be for you. 90% of people, when adversity strikes, they retreat.
mhm,
And adversity could be a personal issue in your life. Adversity could be your friend fucked you over. Adversity could also be your own self limiting beliefs about what you think is possible, your own scarcity mindset around money, your own fear about the future, your own fear about anxiety. Most people, when they feel adversity, they retreat. The successful people, the other 10%, we're talking about the students like Matt who are making $28,000 a month. You just heard him say it. He doubles down.
mhm.
Why? Why don't you just retreat? Why don't you just give up? Why didn't you just fucking throw in the cards when the business wasn't working? What made you double down? Why did you fucking double down instead of retreating like 90% of people do?
Right. And you know what I was thinking about during these times? I'm like, you don't even like the life that you have right now. So I'm like, what are we retreating from? What are we actually retreating from? You're not even happy with where you're at or what you have. So literally, like, what is going all in going to stop you? And for me personally, the move here and the mindset coaching program, I was going on walks every morning and I kept listening to one podcast. It was burn the boats. It was commitment to there's freedom and commitment.
Mm.
Remember that episode?
Hmm.
It's a 10-minute episode. Freedom and commitment. And a lot of times we think we're like we're retreating because we're going back to this safety, but it's actually going all in is like the safest thing you can do,
Mm.
right? You have a little bit of faith.
This conversation about environment, because a lot of people don't know this, but during the mindset coaching program, one of the things that we literally made Matt do on one of the calls is while he was on the call, he was talking about how he wanted to move to Kelowna, he wanted to do these things, he wanted to be out here, but he also had this like attachment to this place that he was in. And Cole and I were both like, bro, if you want to be here, then fucking be here. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then literally on that call, we made him fucking put on his shoes, go to the fucking U-Haul, get the U-Haul, bring it to his house, move to Kelowna. Talk
Yeah,
about what that did for your life.
dude, it was like a movie. And I think and this is more than like a coaching program to have like, someone like you and Cole behind me to believe in me, to do that, to push me is like people that genuinely want like your best interest at heart. They want to see you win and they just know the power of it. And like sometimes you need that push. Sometimes you need someone to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. And
Mm,
I think that's one of the biggest values you get
mm,
having you guys as a coach and this community
mm,
is being surrounded by positive people. There's not many places you can go and just share your wins and be happy, and everyone shares everything. And you really flourish in an environment like that.
mm. I love it, bro. So there's an event coming up in Kelowna, BC. Obviously, you're coming because you're in the Million Dollar Mastermind. Any of the Million Dollar Mastermind students that are in the program also get a free ticket, by the way. So another reason to join the MDM. But talk to me about there's a lot of people that are listening to the podcast that are thinking about coming to the event that maybe they saw a post about it, maybe they saw it in the academy, saw it in the 10K Mastermind. They haven't got a ticket because they're afraid of the travel, or they're not going to have the money, or it's not going to be worth it. They're not going to get any value. They can get everything from the Zoom calls. What do you have to say to those people that have been thinking about coming to the event, but they're afraid of something?
I think you're going to get the missing piece. You don't even know what it is yet, but you're going to get the missing piece. And that may, for you, it may be belief. It may be talking to someone. It may be 6 words, or it may be an in-depth conversation, or it may just be that energy that you need for your business right now because you're burnt out. You're just feeling tired of it. And you come back just feeling refreshed and thriving and just burning full of energy. And every time I link up with you guys, it's like a whirlwind of fire back into the business, right? And
Mm,
again, it's creating those events, they create a wave,
mm,
right? Am I going to make money the next day? No, but like that starts a new wave
mm.
being around.
I want to hear, and now I want you to kind of brag because like when you first started the coaching program, how many followers did you have?
3,000 followers
3,000 followers on Instagram. And how much were you making online when you first signed up?
with you. I was just making $0
Zero
when I,
dollars.
yeah, I made my first money with you guys.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. I love that. So I want you to brag a little bit about your business. So give people a little bit of an insight into your business. I start with your social media. What's been happening on your social media since, the CLA content audits and the content mastery and the Million Dollar Mastermind and the Elite Match Mastermind? What's going on with your content right now on social media?
It's blowing the fuck up. Number one, 122,000 followers as of today.
Yeah.
Nothing but good problems. And dude, the first event was the catalyst for that. Just the way us making us write the scripts and go and film them. And before that too, I came to content on it to just shut the fuck up. I showed up, I did it. But that event, it lit a fire in me and I seen content a different way. And then I went back home and I just doubled down, doubled down, doubled down, doubled down, doubled down. And it's like what you say is true is like nothing, 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 nothing. Bam, one piece of content will change your business.
Mm,
And literally a whole new set of problems of like, how do I handle all this? I
mm,
can't, I'm like, I did barely slept for weeks because I'm like, the phone's going nuts. I have to hire people. It's like, I have the most amazing problems now.
mm.
Very fortunate.
Yeah. So because your content blew up and you've got 122,000 followers, how's your lead flow?
It's ridiculous. So right now I have 2 VAs and it's like we have to qualify people so much just because there's so much people reaching out. It's overwhelming to be honest. And I
Mm.
don't even like using that word, but that is how it feels at first, right? Like it's like, wow, like you want to throw the phone in the river, but it's like it's such a blessing, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like, thank you for these problems, right? Like I have the best problems to have. So it's truly amazing. you go from one set of problems to another. And like,
The audience problem is the hardest problem to solve.
agreed.
The audience problem is the hardest problem to solve. Once you solve the audience problem, the other problems are like, they're not easy to solve, but like each one of those problems that you solve after the audience problem, like it just unlocks a new level of income. Whereas like you can grind for like a year to 2 years to solve the audience problem. But once you solve the audience problem, it's like you solve the qualification problem that takes a month and a half. And then instantly your income goes up. Then you solve the I've got too many sales calls on my calendar. I need a closer. Instantly, your income goes up. It's like the other problems are like month-long problems to solve, whereas like the audience problem can be like a year-long problem to solve. So these problems are like, this is the fun season, bro.
Agreed. And that's, since I've been in the mastermind, that's just like 1 month is like, okay, I fixed this. Now I got the VAs. Now I got a closer. Now it's like, and now like this whole level is exciting. It's a lot of like managing people and leading, right? So yeah, it's a whole new skill set.
But talk to me about your sales. So how's the sales been since the audience blew up?
The sales, I had went from $7,000 to instantly, I hit 22,000 the next month. So tripled my income. And that was from moving here too. Like I literally moved here, made one piece of content, it blew up, just an energy shift coming around here. And I was like, wow, like overnight.
What about the amount of clients you're serving? How many clients are you impacting with the coaching that you're doing right now?
We're currently at 88 clients and counting.
88 clients.
I got a call after this.
Probably 89.
yeah.
Probably 89.
Let's just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, probably 89. All right, Del, bro. So any last pieces of insight to people that are considering coming to the PT Domination All Access event August 14th and 15th in Kelowna, and maybe they're still on the fence and they're not fully convinced?
I mean, it literally changed everything for me. And I just want to say thank you guys for that, man. You guys have like genuinely impacted my life in such a positive way, man. And it's like, I don't even thank you guys enough because it is crazy, right? Like, dude, I've had a dark past. I've done a lot of bad things, but what we're doing here is literally, is giving back to the universe. And I think about it all the time. It's called Change Lives Academy, right? I'm like, I have done bad things. And what does it do? It creates a spider web of bad, right? Hurt people. Now you are giving back. You've extended that to me. Now through me, 88 people, 89 after this. Okay. Right now, those people are all affecting that spider web of good has gone to their family. Right. So it's like, it's literally changing the world, like, right through that. So I just want to say thank you for that. I genuinely appreciate you guys.
I appreciate you, bro. Glad to have you as a client. All right, guys. So if you're listening to this podcast and you're interested in coming to the PT Domination All Access event in August 14th and 15th, it's in Kelowna, BC. With your event ticket, you're also going to get food. So you're going to get the lunches that are also included as well. You're going to get a gym pass to Aesthetic Nation Gym, best gym in Canada. Let's go. And you're going to get to hang out with me and some of the other PT Domination coaches, as well as some of our best clients. We've actually got two of our best clients, Chloe and Harry, flying down from Australia. They're booking 15 to 25 sales calls every single day because of their content. They're going to be coming in and delivering their content secrets to you guys. This is going to be an event exclusive. This is not going to be a training that we're just going to release to everyone because frankly, it's so fucking good that it's only going to be for the event. So if you're interested in getting an event ticket so you can come hang out with me, Cole, all the other coaches of PT Domination, and meet Macros with Matt in person so you can verify that he's real and he's not some fucking AI chatbot robot, then check out the link in the pinned description of the podcast. I will be dropping the link to get the tickets, or send me a DM on Instagram that says event and I'll send you a link to get a ticket. Matt, thank you so much for coming today, bro. I appreciate you.
My pleasure.
Talk to you guys soon. See you at the event. Let's fucking go. Peace. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.